Good afternoon. Here is the national news from BGI TV, Baba Gbagede Imo TV. I am Morire Rebila Lawal. First are the major headlines for the national news. 2 injured as terrorists attack presidential convoy in Katsina. Our bandits invaded Kuje, free terrorists, others. Abba Kyari moved out of Kuje prison after a terror attack. Abuja Kaduna train. Bandits threaten to slaughter victims after 24 hours. Osun 2022. Monarch Ataoja Osogbo lays courses, warns politicians. Our salaries not sustainable. Federal Workers' Rights HOS. The news in detail. An advanced team of President Muhammadu Buhari to Katsina State ahead of the Eid al-Kabir celebrations was yesterday attacked by terrorists who have been terrorizing people in the state and environs for long. The convoy of cars carrying the advanced team of security guards, protocol and media officers of the State House was attacked in Dutsima, Katsina State yesterday evening. 2 persons were reportedly injured in the attack, described by the presidency as an ambush. The incident happened ahead of President Buhari's expected visit to Daura, his hometown, tomorrow for the Salah celebration on Saturday. Our correspondent reported that the attack on the presidential team took place a few hours after an assistant commissioner of police was killed in a separate attack around the same Dutsima general area. A source at the presidential villa said the convoy left the state house yesterday morning for Daura. An eyewitness who was nearly caught in the middle of the clash said they were on their way back to Dutsima from Kankara when they saw hundreds of fully armed fighters crossing the road on motorcycles and they had to run for their safety. He said the attackers engaged the security operatives attached to the presidential convoy in a fierce gun battle. After a gun duel, the military operatives cleared the road and that was how they were able to reach Dutsima, the eyewitness said. Suspected terrorists have seized control of the prisons in Kuje and Abuja suburb, freeing hardened criminals into the nation's capital. According to an eyewitness account, the insurgents, numbering about 300, stormed the facility at about 10:20 p.m. yesterday, detonating explosives and opening live rounds on state agents guarding the facility. Suspected Boko Haram attackers have just seized the prisons from our control. All the prison records have been destroyed, private and government vehicles all burnt down. We are currently hiding and waiting for reinforcement, the witness said. The eyewitness, who is also an official of the prison, stated that prison all suspects, ranging from former chairman of the defunct pension tax team, Abdul Rashid Maina, and Battle Police Chief Abba Kyari, Faruk Lawan, to infamous terror masterminds. All major biggest terrorists, armed robbers, and kidnappers have escaped. They operated for over 2 hours, shouting Allahu Akbar, and as at 2 a.m., when head count was taken, only 111 inmates were left. We had about 1,476 inmates before the attack. Most of the high-profile inmates, including the former governor of Taraba State, Jolly Inyame, Abba Kyari, Faruk Lawan, and several others, stayed back. The terrorists were urging all the inmates to flee and go and celebrate Salah with their families. Soldiers and other security personnel around the facility reportedly fled when the attackers arrived on motorbikes with heavy artillery powers. A spokesman for the Nigeria Correctional Service and the FCT police did not immediately return requests seeking details about the incident late Tuesday. The attack comes as insecurity audited President Muhammadu Buhari and the security chiefs. Earlier on Tuesday, the administration confirmed an attack on the president's convoy in his hometown, Katsina State. Still on Abba Kyari's story, several inmates have escaped from Kuje prisons following a terror attack on the facility on Wednesday night. Politics Nigeria can report that the terrorists launched the attack around 10:30 p.m. and it's currently unclear if there were any casualties. However, it was gathered that other inmates have been removed from the facility, including the suspended Deputy Commissioner of Police, Abba Kyari, who was remanded at the prison by federal high courts. Police Public Relations speeds after policemen who drove against traffic light, confirming the incident as it happens at Kuje prison. Ansaru terrorists, a bandit group which claimed responsibility for the abduction of Kaduna-Abuja train passengers early March, has again threatened to slaughter the remaining 51 victims. Daily Post report that a few days ago, Cūrs Mamu, a negotiator between the bandit and the federal government, raised an alarm over the health condition of the victims as they are being bitten by snakes and reptiles. He later confirmed that one of the victims was shot as a warning to hasten the response to the agreement between the federal government and the bandits. However, in an audio circulation, which is believed to be a voice of one of the group members, they threatened to slaughter the victims because the government failed to seek for their release. A Kaduna-based publisher, Cūrs Mamu, a negotiator, confirmed to Daily Post on Wednesday that the audio was real and that the group had fixed Wednesday today to carry out the threat. According to him, they became provoked on Monday after giving us another opportunity. I was crying and pleading with them that since there is a delay from the government, they should discuss with the family members directly to negotiate the victims' release. Based on the plea, they agreed to negotiate directly with the victim's family. But they said they are giving us till Wednesday that if there was nothing concrete from those that are interested in the negotiation, they will start slaughtering some of the victims, he concluded. If you are just joining, you are watching the national news from BGI TV. More to come from Osun State. Ataoja of Osogbo, Oba Jimo Olanipekun Oyetuji, has warned that he will take action against individuals whose desire is to disrupt the peace of Osogbo in the name of politics. Oba Oyetuji made this disclosure while addressing the campaign train of Ademola Adeleke, the Osun People's Democratic Party PDP governorship candidate, while on a visit to his palace on Tuesday in Osogbo. In a video obtained by Daily Post, the monarch, who was visibly angry over pockets of politically motivated attacks across Osogbo, threatened to lay curses on anybody fomenting trouble and planning to bring disruption to Osogbo during his time as monarch. The Ataoja also warned the chairman of Olorunda local government chapter of the National Union of Road Transport Workers, Kazeem Oyewale, also known as Ashiri Eniba, against orchestrating violence in the town. While warning that they should desist or face the wrath of the deities, he also threatened to lay curses on political thugs who are hired by politicians to attack members of other political parties ahead of the July 16 gubernatorial election in the states. Before we hand in national news, the last story. Workers under the auspices of Federal Workers Forum, FWF, have declared that their salaries are no longer sustainable with the rising high cost of living and inflation. The forum made this declaration via a letter addressed to the head of service of the Federation. The concerned workers in the letter entitled Need for Your Interventions Concerning the Plight of Federal Workers in Nigeria, Pay Cost of Living Allowance COLA, and addressed to the HOS, explained that it has been extremely difficult for them to make ends meet. In the letter signed by its national coordinator, Comrade Andrew Emeleze, they also appealed to the HOS to look into the non-payment of outstanding promotion arrears of workers and their DTA. Emeleze, in the letter made available to Daily Post on Wednesday, added that it was painful to note that workers have been going for promotion interviews, but the DTA is not paid to them. It is also painful to note that the workers have been going for promotion interviews and DTA is not paid to them. Of late, most of the workers that did the directorate's cadre exams were not paid a single kobo, despite traveling to Abuja twice for accreditation, examinations, and stayed weeks in Abuja. That was the national news from BGI TV. But before we go, some major headlines that made the news this hour. We brought to you 2 injured as terrorists attacked presidential convoy in Katsina. How bandits invaded Kuje, free terrorist orders. And lastly, our salaries not sustainable, federal workers, writes HOS. Thank you for watching and for always being there. For more updates of our broadcast, kindly check on the YouTube channel. The handle is Baba Imo TV. Please subscribe and click on the notification bell for more updates and selecting option all. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. On Instagram, Bagede Imo _22. For advertisement of your goods and services, coverage of event and function, kindly dial the phone number streaming on your screen. Thank you for watching. I am Moriri Rabiba Lawal. Good afternoon.